Hello, my dears. Today I've brought you a little challenge, a practical exercise that we can do together now to train self-love and awareness. And I want to show you what you can do for yourself every day to get a little closer to your feeling goal. What is the exercise about? It's about getting out of the distraction and suppression mode and engaging with ourselves, becoming aware of what's going on inside. This is very, very uncomfortable for most people. We don't want to feel it because we sense that there are unpleasant, negative, judgmental thoughts in our heads, or there are unpleasant feelings and all that. And when we distract ourselves so nicely in everyday life with everything that's there, the phone, the fridge, work, alcohol, whatever, then we don't have to feel this unpleasantness. The thing is, as long as the lid is on and we don't allow it, it can't be sorted out. And if it can't be sorted out, then we can't become happy and healthy. The stuff has to come out. That's why we keep taking opportunities in everyday life to open the lid. That means we get out of distraction mode, that we no longer distract ourselves, but simply sit down and be silent. I would like to invite you to do that. That we take 2 minutes, right here in this video, to be silent. Just close your eyes and go inward. And I invite you to really participate and endure it, and resist the urge to fast forward or switch away now. But instead, feel inside yourself what you are thinking and feeling right now with this suggestion. Whether you think, no, I don't want to. Or maybe you're already much further along and say, I already meditated for an hour this morning, I don't need this now. That can also be an excuse, whatever it may be. It's about coming face to face with yourself, with your thoughts, with your excuses. And your task now is to be silent with me for 2 minutes and take on a neutral observer position. That means you simply observe what is thinking inside you, what happens in your head and your whole body for 2 minutes when this video just plays, but I don't speak anymore. And then please feel free to write in the comments afterward what went on with you, what was happening. Maybe you even managed to think of nothing for 2 minutes. Then you're already a pro. Most people can't do that. So observe what needs, what kind of urge eventually arises in you, what you would most like to do now. And see if you can manage to take on this challenge and endure it. 2 minutes. Okay, are you ready? Then, we start right now. Those were 2 minutes for your eyes to open again and return here to the outside world and to this video. And now, feel free to write to me about what was going on with you. So first of all, congratulations if you managed to do it, if you endured watching the video for those 2 minutes before anything happened. And maybe something like this was going on in your head. No, oh, I don't have time for this right now. Or yes, I could do it, but well, no, I'll do it later. Or something like that, yeah. So the sabotage monster usually takes over and tells you why you shouldn't do it now. Yes, because we have these defense mechanisms that want to protect us from feeling uncomfortable in any way. And because that's just how it is. So if you lift the lid, if you give yourself the opportunity to seize, to let everything inside you come to the surface of your consciousness, that could become painful. That's often the case. Then suddenly judgmental thoughts arise. I can't even manage that. Naturally, negative feelings follow accordingly. From all the self-deprecation and such. That's very often the case. And just consider it as an opportunity. I always talk about these phases of tidying up. If we want to become healthy and happy, overcome our depression, then we need to tidy up inside. And that means we need to allow everything inside us, the unpleasant, repressed feelings, thought patterns, and other things. So what is it about? Why do we do this? I don't know if you've seen my video, The 3 Master Keys to Healing. In it, I talked about how, for me, the way out of depression is to return to ourselves, specifically to our true self. We have a true self and a false self. The false self is what is generally understood as the ego. So these are all the negative perceptions about ourselves, all the misunderstandings about our worth, that we are worthless, that we are too big, too small, too fat, too thin, too ugly, too stupid, or something else. That we are not okay here, and we need to be better there. And we make too many mistakes, blah, 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 blah. That is our false self. That's not who you are. That is not the truth. If something like that is in your head, then it is not the truth. Instead, it is this whole construct, made of garbage and junk and muck, that has accumulated due to your life story and has settled around it, around this radiant, beautiful, shining core of love and pure awareness, which is who you truly are. It sits in the center like a glowing treasure. And all the muck has settled around it so that the inner part is no longer recognizable. And most people don't think about such things. That's why it's such a gift when you fall into a crisis, because it forces you. We humans need to be forced. Without a crisis, we do nothing. We don't move an inch. That's why the crisis is a gift, because it forces us to look and see, who am I really? So here in this whole time of transformation that's happening right now, it's so much about the topic of truth. We are constantly distracted from our truth so that we can learn, so that we have an opportunity to learn again, to return to our truth. What do I really think? What do I really feel? Or do I perhaps say, think, and do things to be liked by others, to belong, or something like that? Who am I really? Independent of my name, my profession, my age, and other external characteristics. That's what it's all about. So when we go through these phases of upheaval, on the path to healing, it's about clearing away all the mess that surrounds your core. And these 2 minutes of silence, they offer you a wonderful opportunity for things to come to the surface, for you to become aware of them, and for you to experience and feel them, thereby resolving them by accepting them. That is very important. So, feeling not in the sense of, oh, this is so bad, so bad, so bad, and I endure it now, but rather feeling in the sense of, I allow it to be there now. I embrace myself and my feelings. I also embrace my beliefs, even if they lead to negative feelings, even if they make my life difficult. I embrace them anyway now. Because at some point they had a reason, a purpose, it's just that now they are no longer relevant. That's why they can be changed now, but I don't have to criticize them afterward, or declare them wrong. Because of that. They are not wrong, they are just no longer current. So with a loving, accepting attitude, embrace everything that wants to come up. When we turn off the outside. And of course, it's totally sensible to get into the habit of maybe meditating for half an hour or even an hour, or perhaps doing a guided meditation. I can highly recommend that to everyone. So I always recommend the meditation by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I find it fantastic. But there are many others, it's a matter of personal taste. But that's something different, that's another exercise, it's not the same. So it's also about turning off the autopilot every now and then throughout your day-to-day life. And being mindful and noticing what's happening right now. So, I don't know, I sometimes experience this. Sometimes you need little wake-up calls. To wake up, to realize, oh, what's happening to me right now, for example, when something falls down, when you bump your arm or cut your finger or something like that. So, observe that. Your subconscious sometimes makes sure that you wake up, but you should also recognize that. That's not just bad luck. When something like that happens, those are wake-up calls, so you briefly become aware of what just happened, what you just did, what you just thought. Could it be that I just devalued myself or Yes, so just briefly notice what's there. And for that, it's really helpful if you have some downtime in between. Throughout the day that you endure the downtime. When you're standing at the bus stop, or the train station, or when you're stuck in traffic, or when you're waiting for the coffee machine to finally finish, or whatever it may be. If it's little things that force you to take a break, be grateful for the break. Don't start pulling out your phone to check messages. That's just another filler. We're constantly busy with fillers. Or making yourself a coffee because there's nothing going on at the moment. Or turning on the TV, or throwing yourself into work or anything else. So we're constantly driven by our inner driver and our sabotage monsters, and other things drive us to seek distraction and avoid enduring what comes up. But that's exactly where the path to freedom lies. Your soul sends you these gaps and these opportunities. Maybe you haven't taken advantage of them until now. So, yes. And it's important that you really view yourself with acceptance and neutrality, and don't beat yourself up for doing something wrong, for not being able to endure 2 minutes, or for anything else being wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. That's the muck surrounding your true self. That's what you see. And then you always think that's the truth. Feels completely true. You always think you are your thoughts and beliefs. That's not true. Yes, you are pure love. You are wonderful, you are beautiful, you are the most wonderful being in the whole world that one can imagine. And that applies to all of us. We just can't see it anymore. The path of healing is to learn to see it again. Okay, my dears, I look forward to your comments. Feel free to write about what you experienced in these 2 minutes, whether you completed the challenge, whether you endured the silence, and what it did to you. And, of course, you are welcome to like my video again, subscribe to my channel, or browse around on my website at www.feelingklopfun.de. Maybe our Facebook group is something for you if you want to exchange ideas. Love yourself because you are wonderful. And if you want to share a little key moment with us, where you succeeded in something for the first time, on the path of healing, or where you had an insight or where something helped you move forward, then feel free to make a little video of it, send it to me or write it to me via email so I can read it out. I really wish for us to share our healing successes with each other, to motivate each other, to give each other tips. That would make me very happy. Take care, dear ones. Goodbye.